AGL Jiren is finally on global, but how should you build his hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Carnival LR AGL Jiren and trying to figure out what is the best hidden potential for him. After all, he's kind of got a lot going on for him. He's got three different forms, right? A standby and an ultra powerful, hard-hitting final form. So the question is, what would be best to take the most advantage of him? Well, let's start by taking a look at what he's doing, right? His leader skill is Universal 11, category key 4 HP attack defense 200%, and category Universal Survival Saga category key 3 attack defense 200%, right? So he actually has two 200% leads, although they're both kind of redundant, right? If he had just had Universe Survival Saga, it would be fine. But I guess the bonus here is that if specifically Universe 11 is getting an extra key 4, which does help the team. His super attack on his 12 key in his base form is raising attack and defense for the turn, causing colossal damage. No extra super attack effect. On his 18 key, he's greatly raising attack and defense for the turn and has a high chance of stunning. He has key 8, attack defense 350%, disables the enemy's attack action once and for the turn, and reduces damage received by 50%, plus an additional attack defense 50% when attacking, and a great chance of performing a critical hit, an additional attack 100%, and additional damage reduction 11% as the second or third attacker in turn. So really, he's just designed to show up, block out an attack, and tank a hit until he can standby. His standby can be activated just simply from the third turn. Once in standby, he becomes nigh invulnerable. He is unable to attack. He gets 350% defense. He gives all allies key 3 and reduces damage received by 50% with each key sphere obtained. So basically 2 key spheres and he has 100% damage reduction. He has an additional damage reduction of 11%. So if for some reason you only got 1 key sphere, he would still have 61% damage reduction, which is still pretty good. He also has an additional 100% defense when receiving an attack, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to AGL key spheres. He also gives all allies attack 70% for 2 turns when in the second or third slot to obtain key spheres. So that makes him incredibly useful, right? That extra attack does wild things for certain characters. All right, and he can leave standby once, once you have gained 25 charge counts or more. Now, by doing that, he will awaken into full power. However, if you gain less than 24 key spheres, then he will just give key 3 and attack 30% for 3 turns. So, I mean, it's really up to you how you want to use it, if you would prefer the support or if you would prefer to go into all-out assault mode. So, once transformed into full power, his 18 key is massively raising attack and raising defense for 1 turn and causing mega colossal damage while stunning the enemy. His 12 key greatly raises attack and raises defense for the turn. Now, his passive gives him key 11 and attack and defense 400%, reduces damage received by 60%, and an additional damage reduction 11%, and foresees enemy super attack for 1 turn from his entry turn. Plus an additional 111% attack and defense when attacking, with a great chance of performing a critical hit with each super attack performed, plus an additional chance of performing a critical hit 11%. He has an additional attack 50% and attacks guaranteed to hit when performing a critical hit, or when key is 24. He also has an additional 50% attack with each super attack received, and that's every time that happens. So the more super attack he gets, the stronger he gets. So he's actually incredibly powerful. He is one of the most useful units for fights like Goku Frieza. But the question is, with all of that happening, what is the best hidden potential for him? Well, I have went ahead and taken the liberty of kind of setting up mine. Now, granted, mine is 55%, but it's kind of the same deal that I think he run. So at 55%, I've kind of went full additionals. Like, he doesn't need critical hit. As you can see, his critical hit, right, he's got you know, a 70% chance plus an additional 11% chance plus a guaranteed crit in there, depending on the situation. So, I mean, he doesn't need crit. He also wants to be hit, so he doesn't need dodge either, right? It seems silly, but I mean, he's near invincible anyways. I mean, maybe future-proofing dodge may help, but right now, right, like if he dodges a super, he's not getting the extra attack buff, which you do want. So honestly, additionals is the way to go with him. And this kind of falls in line with what typical AGL units need, right? So if we flip back over to the hidden potential page on the Dokkan wiki here, right, we scroll all down. He is an AGL type, which means he is naturally leaning into additional attack, right? So if you happen to have the dupes into him, you can feed in all of the potential and give him 20 20 nodes for additional attack, which equates to 40% chance to do an additional super attack. If you actually give him the additional skill orbs, getting him up to 30 means he'll have he can have up to a 60% chance to deal an additional super attack. So that's actually really, really useful. Not only will he be more powerful because of that extra greatly raising that he's doing once in full power, he'll also just be able to tank a little bit better as well. Like I said, he doesn't need crit. He's got plenty of crit here in this passive. And, I mean, even if he didn't have it in his base form, you don't need it in his base form. Anyways, his base form isn't the big attacking, right? It's here, right? We've got a great chance, and then we've got an 11% chance, and we have a guaranteed crit if you get the 24 key. So he absolutely does not need crits. And then, of course, you know, on his evasion, like I said, I don't personally feel evasion is good for him due to him wanting to be hit by those supers, but it can work. I mean, odds are if you went full evasion, the best you're going to get is 25%, which means, you know, 1/4 of the time you're going to proc the dodge and miss it the other 3 times. So, I mean, it can work out as long as your sub there is then combo attack. Whatever works for you, but I do personally think additionals is the better way to go for Jiren. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, how did you build your AGL full power Jiren if you managed to pull him during the Christmas double raids banner? Or if you're watching this a little ways from now, how did you build them? Did you follow our recommendation, or did you come up with your own idea? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.